All right, so what's going on YouTube? And I want to talk about three excuses that I've heard in the past in my growing up in the States in our community that I don't know if we should pay mind to anymore. I don't know if they, and of course I'm speaking in general, because of course there are always exceptions, but exceptions that are, these are excuses that we've kind of heard, and I don't know if I can accept them anymore if I'm gonna, have a significant other in my life. Okay. And so the first one is kids are using kids as an excuse to get big and kind of lose your, yourself, right? Now I'm going to start by just showing this video. This is a gathering of kids and their mothers. These are kids are probably from 6 months to 9 months to about a year and a half old. So within a year and a half to 2 years, all of these women gave birth to these kids. You can tell, and you can see. Look at the size of the. You see the size of the ladies walking around in this video. You can see the size. And as men, we can't really speak to what difficulty the pregnancy and child rearing has, but these women, they can do it. Maybe that's not a conversation we can have with women that we're acquainted with, but these women can have that conversation. And what do you see in this video? I've seen it many times. I'll be out and about and I'll see a woman that's maybe 50 kilograms. That's roughly 110 pounds. And they're small. I'll see a woman that has 3 or 4 kids. And I'm like, you have 4 children come out of you? What? And it's something that's kind of strange to us, but it's not strange in a lot of other places, right? See if I can get another. Here we go. Like it's kind of a foreign concept to us, but I mean, you can see as it's panning across. Look, I mean, it's not having a child is not a blank check to say, well, I'm just going to let myself go, because what do you see in the picture? I mean, and I'm not saying that this is a one-off. This is standard practice. This is the standard. This is the norm. Of course, there are some bigger women, of course, but the discipline of controlling portion sizes, there are tons of mothers that do things where they bring the kids and the kids all play together and they play volleyball or they go hiking or swimming and all kinds of active things to keep in shape, to not lose themselves. And so after my time here, I can't see that as an excuse. I can't. Now, the second point, before I make the second point, I'm going to have to actually show you guys what a lunchbox looks like. Okay, so if you've never seen one of these before, this is kind of a lunchbox style, right? This is, I missed it. I want you to see that one. Like, this is what it looks like when men go to work, right? Or when children go to school and they open their lunchbox. It looks like a variation of this one. This is her making that lunchbox here, or the variation like this one here, right? And so for many adults for a good number of adults who are married, they have wives that make them these in the morning, and these wives don't make them at nighttime go to bed. They wake up early in the morning and make them. And it can probably take about 30 to 45 minutes. If you have a timer on your rice cooker, you probably set the timer before you go to sleep, and then you wake up and you have fresh rice, and then you assemble bentos. It'll probably take about 25, 30, 40 minutes, depending on what's in them. A bento is the lunchbox, by the way. Okay, so the second point I want to make is simply this. I said, this is a woman that wakes up, it says 5 o'clock, wake up at 5 o'clock making a lunchbox. And it's just simply this, is that working women can certainly retain some traditional attributes. The idea that someone, that you are with a woman that has a job, that means that she doesn't have to fulfill any traditional responsibilities. This is a working wife right here, and she's doing it. Okay, so this is the breakfast here. Okay, and this little kitty cat, but this is her making the breakfast here. This is her cooking the eggs. And I want to show you her this is her making the breakfast sandwiches. Okay, so that looks like potato salad, yeah. I mean, they eat different breakfast than we do, but you know, cheese, eggs, and potato salad toast with ketchup. Like, if the kids like it, I guess that's good for them. But this is the kind of breakfast she's making while she's making the bento, the lunchbox. And I want to show you her making the lunchbox here. Okay, so this is her assembling the lunchbox. Okay, and again, like I said, this is something that's normal. Waking up early, and there's, like I said, there's some people that are so spoiled that they won't even eat lunch at the place where they work or a place where, you know, their school, because the bento that they're making is so delicious from their mother that they don't even want to eat the food at the place where they are, because it just doesn't compare, right? So yeah, I want you guys to also see what it looks like when you tie them up. So this is a finished product here. She's gonna put some flavoring on the rice, and you can hear her singing. So it's not like she's belaboring here. It's like, this is something that she's enjoying. And also, I want to show you this. This is a woman that has 90,000 subscribers. So there's a community of people that are exchanging ideas about how to make lunch boxes, right? So this is kind of like, this is the finished product. And they're just like breathing, living culture of how can we improve making lunch for the people in our family. As a matter of fact, kids in schools are taught, they have a day where everyone makes their own lunchbox, and everyone takes a picture of it, and the home economics teacher teaches them to balance the vegetables and have some protein, have a starch, so it's not just all fatty foods. Yeah. And so I also let you see what it looks like when you tie them up, right? So you tie them up like this, and then, you know, you give them to people on their way out, walking out the door, and she caps this off by, this is her leaving at 7:20 to go to work. So all of that you saw happened before 7:20, and at 7:20 she's out the door, and the husband and the kids get their lunchbox and they leave. Now, you could fight about this and say she shouldn't have to do it, but I mean, what's the point of that argument? So you could fight about the tradition, but the fact that she's doing the traditional thing, it keeps the family moving forward. The kids get healthy, you know, everyone is happy, and she's happy to do it. Now, you heard her singing. So the idea that just because someone is working, your wife or your significant other's working, that's not a reason that you can't have. Heck, my mother worked and she still cooked 5 days a week and cooked a big dinner on Sunday. I mean, it's not like it's not like you're trying to rewrite, you know, the War and Peace. It's just a way to make the family moving forward. Go make the family work. So anyways, that's something I've learned that is, you know, it's not really something that should be accepted, right? And the last one I want to talk about is this idea of not being polite, right? So this is a YouTuber here, and I want you guys to see what it looks like when you order at McDonald's. This is her actually being coached up on how to do the cash register, right? So give the chance to watch it. Okay, so she's being coached up on how to you know, be polite. So the first point is have a bright attitude and be polite with the customer. And excuse me, again, be polite and have, well, it says sympathy, but make sure that you're thinking of the customer, right? Okay, and so I'm gonna let you see the interaction with the customer, and let you it's so different from the way it is in America. Like you go to Wendy's, like, what do you want? Or Varsity, like, what can I get you? Look at how official, how official she is. Okay, so of course she does all the honorific stuff, and the guy orders a Big Mac set. And also I want you to see like when he gives the food back to the guy, right? You just see what it looks like, just so you can You see it starts with a bow, and she uses the nice, polite, honorific language. Okay. Here we go. I think this is when she's going to get it. Watch it from the... Okay, so the order comes up here. And that's what it looks like when you order from McDonald's here. Okay, that's what it looks like. I don't go to McDonald's too often, but when I do, that's just norm. And so this idea that it costs you extra to be polite, no, it doesn't. Like you can be polite even when you're having a bad day. You can be polite when you're not feeling well. That's just a little bit of effort, really. And so the idea that you can't be polite with the people that are your loved ones, I mean, you can disagree and you can have your fallouts and whatnot, but you don't have to be disrespectful. And at the very least, you can be polite and say, well, I'm not really feeling well right now, so if you don't mind, can I just have a few minutes to myself? As opposed to saying, why don't you just leave me alone, MF guy, blah, 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 right? So with these three things, I've seen enough of my life here that I can't, if I'm going to have a significant other, the idea that they're going to get big because they had kids, that's not an excuse that I can accept. The idea that you have to be 100% taken care of financially so you can be traditional woman, that's not an excuse, because I see the opposite here. And of course, the idea that you can't be polite even when you're disagreeing, hey, listen, that's not an excuse either. So I'll say that to say that what I've seen with these two eyes overseas have taught me that some of the things that I've grown accustomed to, they don't apply everywhere. And maybe we should stop letting them apply and stop accepting them. Yeah. Anyways, with that, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Please like, subscribe. Feel free to comment down below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care, guys.